Plus Corporation is a company out of Japan that makes a lot of home office products. Everything from whiteout, staplers, and even rollable glue and pencil sharpeners that look like race cars. Within this company comes something right up our alley, the Kaite slate. The last generation came out in 2020 called the Kaite 2, and this is the latest model, the 2S Ultra White. This is an item that acts almost identical to e-paper, but uses no electronics. The fact that it has no electronics is a massive win for countries all around the world that may have trouble with the importation of consumer electronics. Some countries being charged upwards of 40 or even 50% VAT. The Kaite is not an electronic product. It doesn't require any batteries, you never need to charge it, and you never run out of power. And unlike a Boogie Board or many of its clones, which is primarily littered with colors that you just don't really want to see, like blacks, greens, purples, and not giving you the clean and concise lines, the Kaite 2S is the whitest magnet board in the entire world. So how does the technology work? Well, they're using something called clean paper technology, which utilizes microcapsules filled with iron particles. What happens is when the pen rushes over the individual capsules, the iron particles rise to the surface, making a line, which offers a pen-like experience not found on any other device without batteries. How e-ink and e-paper works is much the same. We have to first look at the pen because this is honestly the biggest advancement and improvement. They give you a 0.5mm fountain pen with a 55-degree writing angle. Not only that, they include 2 erasers, a brush eraser to clean the actual slate itself, and an eraser on the back of the pen in order to do some more concise eraser strokes. The pen also has developed a gap in between the tip and the housing in order to account for flex, giving you an authentic writing feel. In terms of the writing experience itself, that angle most definitely does help, because in the past, you didn't have this extreme of an angle. It used to be like you were kind of writing top down, maybe a little bit tilted, but this one you can really get into it. And because it is a magnet board and not a e-ink tablet with a Wacom screen or any sort of capacitive active capacitive capabilities, the latency is 0. It's as fast as you want to write it, and it won't ever be any slower because nothing needs to compute, nothing needs to catch up. After you've done writing, we can actually move over to the app and save our notes. Once you're ready to go and you have the app booted up on your phone, what you actually do is very easy. You just hover it over the screen and it keys out a green portion of whatever you just hovered over, and it automatically knows where the screen is. From here, you can see that there's a bunch of things you can do. You can actually go to the contrast and you can make it darker or lighter respectively. You don't want to make it too light because things just get a little fuzzy and you can't read it. But if you find your level of contrast, because remember it's not an electronic device, they leave it up to you to kind of tweak things after the fact. So it's very simple what you can do from here. There's a lot you can do actually. You can go over to the pen and you can choose a variety of 4 different pens and an eraser, and you can make notes on the screen. Does it transmit over to the board? Of course not. This is a physical piece completely disconnected from this in every single way. But you can make your highlights, and you can make notes, and you can circle things, and then once you're ready, you can go ahead over to here. You can save this to the device, or you can actually share it via other apps. Once you go other apps, you're actually able to choose any app you wish on your phone and send it over there. You can even send it via Facebook Messenger, anything you want. It's so convenient and easy. You don't actually have to save it, although you could save it to your phone, at which point all you have to do is go over to your Kaite folder, click on it, and there are the notes you have just saved. Once you have saved these to your phone and you know that you're good to go on your phone, you've saved it, you've done everything you need to do, then you clear all, so to speak, in which case you start erasing things. Obviously, there's no way you can go back and edit because there's just simply, that's not possible. The only way to go back and edit is to look at what you just did and try to draw everything all the exact same. So that's not how it works, is that these two aren't connected in any way other than the camera being completely formatted to take a picture and recognize the exact style of strokes, the exact gradients of gray, the exact contrast in order to transmit it properly over to here. You might also be thinking, why don't you just take a picture of it? Well, if you take a picture of it, all you're doing is taking a picture of the actual Kaite slate, in which case you're not transmitting the notes, you're just taking a physical photo of what's on here. Another reason you don't actually have to take a photo is because when you use the app, you are taking a photo. If we toggle that off, you can see that's the physical thing we've taken a picture of in this kind of lit room as it is. However, when you go like that, you now have everything completely keyed out and it just captured your strokes. So that's kind of the beauty of it. The app is definitely a one-trick pony in that there are no settings, although there's something really interesting you can do. You actually can choose your file format to which you want to save it as a JPEG or a PDF. So you can actually draw on here, transmit via the camera to your phone via PDF files. The erasers are actually quite nice, so as you draw a line, you have a couple ways you can erase, as we have already kind of touched on. You have the scrubber, which is really nice because it has this felt lining kind of thick palette here, so you can just go like that and away it goes. It cleans it very nicely. You can draw with the pen and use the back of the pen. You don't have to have it connected too, you can kind of just utilize it on its own, but it is nice to have it at the back, and it does double as the pen cap for the front. So you have this for more of an exact kind of pinpoint eraser. Now say you've drawn stuff all over the place from corner to corner, all over the Kaite. Well, you can upgrade to the Jumbo Roller, which actually comes with the more expensive 3rd generation Kaite that's 43 inches. And this thing's awesome. That'll just roll right over this beast. Look at that, completely gone. This thing is not included, but it is fun to use because it has this very torquey rubber roller, and it's just a joy to watch everything disappear before your eyes. A lot of people may scoff at the Kaite slate, but this is one of the most important devices we've seen in a long time when it comes to note-taking and the digital stationery world. Plus Corporation is occupying a sector that no one else has touched. Ultra-white background, black and white note-taking experience on a 13.3-inch slate, an accompanying smartphone app to save your notes, all without running any batteries or even a USB port. In terms of 13.3-inch note-taking devices, if you want something entry-level that doesn't require you to be near a power source or maybe you're off the grid, this device is invaluable. For GoodyReader.com, this is Peter.